coming on the assist by Irving.
Yeah, the versatility of Davis on offense, he doesn't have to be right under the hoop to score.
Irving with it. He's covered by Holiday. Oh, there's the alley. And Davis slams it home.
And you love how effortless Davis makes this look. Rising up for an alley-oop like it's nothing.
Brown against Washington. White for three. And again, Boston with the triple.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And so it's Irving with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 3-point lead. Last game matched up with the Grizzlies. A tough loss there.
And just far too many turnovers. You can't expect to win if you can't protect the ball.
Yeah, look, turnovers hurt you in two ways. You lose the possession on offense, and defensively, giveaways normally lead to easy points for your opponents.
Irving, the pass to Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday, fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
And the Mavericks going with a whole new group out there. Holiday hits them both.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Now Williams. Coming off a 16-point game against Memphis. Here's Marshall. No good with the triple. Boston has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Pass to Hauser. A minute 53 left in the first quarter of the game. Horford for three, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Well, there's the floor stretching ability of Horford. Very hard for a defense when he's knocking those down.
Exum passes to Lively. Fires the three. Marshall can't hit. And it's the Celtics ball. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. Dinwiddie against Holiday. Lays it up and banks it in.
Now, Holiday is one of the strongest guards in the league. He can handle the contact.
Here's Williams. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That's on Al Horford.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. The free throw drops for Williams. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 1:02 left in the first. Here's Pritchard. Williams defending. Pritchard gets it to go.
Yeah, just an instinctual pass by Holiday. The moment he saw the opening, he was moving the ball.
Pass to Lively. Dinwiddie with it. Exum outside from behind the arc. Offensive rebound. Lively's shot is off.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Here's Horford. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Mavericks trail by 6. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Dinwiddie against Holiday. Dinwiddie with it. Lets it fly. Dallas, no good that time either.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Doesn't go for him. Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. Boston out in front, leading by 6. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. That 2's in the game for the Celtics.
Well, you'll see teams try to bump Porzingis around. Didn't work that time.
Now here's Irving. No points so far. And the shot goes.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Boston leading by 6. Outside, Brown. Here's Porzingis. Rebound, Anthony Davis. And Irving has got the ball here for the Mavericks. Stan, we've seen a resurgence for Kristaps Porzingis over the last few seasons. What changed?
Well, Brian, he really dug down into the numbers, identifying his best shot profile and really focusing on that. It's helped his efficiency.
Pass to Pritchard. 3-pointer. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Pritchard's got 5 now.
Well, there's an example of Brown's ability to see the floor. Nice pass right there.
And it's Irving missing. The Celtics have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Tatum looking it over. Too easy for Tatum, even with the contact.
Yeah, there's that added strength of Tatum, really helping him down low.
To the middle. Here's Washington. Can't connect from short range.
Oh, nice job protecting the rim, turning an easy bucket into a miss.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Mavericks trail by 11. Irving, the pass to Washington. Here's Davis, defended by Porzingis. Back to Washington. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Washington's got his first 2 points of the night. Pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Davis. Ooh, strong take by Porzingis.
Tremendous focus from Porzingis on the jumper. The contact would throw most guys off balance.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Here's Christie. No points yet. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside White. Let's go with a 3. Davis with a rebound. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Christie passes to Thompson. Here's Christie. He's guarded by White. Offensive rebound. Davis. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Al Horford's checked in for Porzingis. Craig comes in for Tatum. Hauser, he's checked in for White. And Drew Holiday is subbed in for Pritchard. And Boston calls time here. Home court didn't seem to help last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
And it was an awful game defensively. They lost the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
Mavericks trail by 8. Williams on the wing. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And here's Davis. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. 14 feet away. Marshall can't hit. Celtics lead by 8. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. And here's Brown for 3. And Brown knocking down the triple. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
And Thompson gets it to go.
Yeah, strong answer by Thompson.
Boston has gotten 5 of their 9 attempts from deep to go. Holiday up top. Williams defending. Jacks up a 3. Hauser, that's good. Hauser's got his first 3 points of the game.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Outside, Williams. Shot clock at 6. Thompson fires from way outside. Second chance effort. Davis can't hit.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Outside, Brown. Outside, Holiday. To the wing, right side. There's the 3. And the Celtics another 3.
Putting his court vision on full display. Holiday plays the role of floor general pretty effectively.
Here's Williams. Rebound Boston. Holiday taking his time here. And here's Brown for 3. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Well, that's a gut punch to him to have. Just demoralizing.
And so it's the Boston Celtics looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Out in front of the half is Boston. They are way out in front, leading by 17. Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
They were in such a groove that entire first half, especially on the offensive end. Good play calling, good execution, and by and large, they take good, not good, great shots.
And Shaq, what do you have to say about the Mavericks?
Definitely they need to get out the three-point shooters and contest the most. This is what happens when another team identifies the weakness. It just keeps hammering them.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
And it's Tatum with the ball for the Boston Celtics. A 17-point lead, their biggest. On the court right now for the Mavericks. Kyrie Irving out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Davis, then it's Washington, and it's Gafford in at the center position. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Porzingis passes to Tatum. Shoots over Davis. Again, the Celtics good for 2 more.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by. Back
to Gafford. Thompson outside. Brown against Washington. Clock is at 3. And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Lively, he's checked in for the Mavericks.
Checking in for the Mavericks, Lively.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. And it's Irving off the drive. Can't cash in the 10-footer. Celtics lead by 21. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Brown's got 8.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally insane.
And Dallas calls time here.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, they just have to be more patient. Less forcing and more passing.
The league leaders in free throw percentage. Third is Kyrie Irving.
He's not a guy you want to foul. He's so calm at the line, sinks his free throws with ease.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Washington against Brown. And it's Washington missing.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
Here's Tatum. Nice D from Gafford.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of the half.
Irving looking around. Pass to Gafford. Here's Lively. 6 to shoot. The 3 from Washington. The shot won't fall.
Well, I'm sure this wasn't what they planned coming out of the locker room. They need to calm down and regroup.
And it's good. 2 points.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
And here is Thompson to stop the drought. Again, the miss by Dallas.
Things have been a little bumpy coming into the second half. 5 straight misses.
Outside, Brown. And again, Boston with the triple.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Time called here. The Mavericks decide to talk it over. And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
Boston making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. Exum's checked in for Dallas. Dinwiddie comes in for Klay Thompson. Irving, the pass to Exum. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving.
Assist from
Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, they don't come much easier than that. Irving always putting the ball right on the money.
Outside, Brown. Pass to Tatum. There's the triple. And again, Boston with the triple.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Here's Lively. It doesn't go for him. Good D by Porzingis.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
White, the pass to Brown. The shot. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them. Surefire, one-handed stuff.
Yeah, with his focus, he's not going to miss that. That one goes. Count it. Porzingis has got 8.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Pass to Lively. Now Washington, a steady force on their offense, recording around 14.5 a game. Irving with it. We've got 1:23 left in the third. This is the jumper from the wing. Here's Pritchard. Uses the glass on the layup. He has 7.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
Brown can't hit. Dallas has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Back to Dinwiddie. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Lively with the bucket. Lively's got his first 2 points.
Relentless effort creates the second chance opportunity.
Tatum with it. He's got 14. Lets it go from deep. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 4 assists in the game. And Irving has got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. Looking to get it going. Boston pulls it in. Brown scanning the floor. And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for Boston. He put together 10 points in the quarter. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Peyton Pritchard, Torrey Craig out there with Luke Cornett. Then there's Drew Holiday, and it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's the Boston 5. Cans it from the wing. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have a guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
Pass to Marshall. Back to Williams. Arms length from the hoop. He knocks it down.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And the Celtics shooting the ball incredibly well tonight. 73% from the floor. Here's Pritchard. Williams defending. Here's Hauser. The 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Exum outside. And Craig pulls it down.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Here's Hauser. And the NBA has made a significant investment in the G League over the years. Grant, you can really see the impact it's had.
Yeah, BA, and it's grown into a real minor league for the NBA. The NBA needed something like that for a long time, and it's helped the product.
Here's Exum. And Craig pulls it down.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
Pass to Hauser. The 3 ball. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Here's Marshall, defended by Craig. Outside, Williams. Here's Christie. Exum outside. That one no good. Oh, great D that time from Craig. Pass to Pritchard. Over Williams. Again, the Celtics good for 2 more.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We played about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter here.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Here's Christie. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
You know, one thing you got to love about Jrue Holiday is he's a true two-way player in this league. He puts in a lot of work to make a big impact on both sides of the floor.
First free throw is good. Stan, you've always been known as the style police. We're used to seeing the home team in white, but you look around the league now, there's a lot more variety.
Yeah, and that's before you even get to the neon shoes some of these guys are wearing. The NBA palette, Brian, has gotten a lot more adventurous. Well, Holiday's one of those guys they can ask a lot of, whether it's guarding the opponent's best player or orchestrating for his teammates.
Marshall with the bucket.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Here's Pritchard. Williams defending. Stolen by Dinwiddie. 1:33 left to play in the 4th quarter. Williams misses. Boston on offense. They're on a 16-4 run.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Celtics.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
No surprise, another victory for these guys who have been on a tear all year long. They've now won 62 games.
And big-time bragging rights won today, just grabbing that season series.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jason Tatum.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
Holiday against Dinwiddie. And he's going for the lob! And a slam dunk by Lively.
Making passes out of the pick and roll can be tricky for some, but Dinwiddie shows the ability to execute.
Holiday against Dinwiddie. The shot by Holiday, no good. Yep, count it.
An impressive job by this team, and you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Outside, Williams. Clock at 6. Dinwiddie with it. Now Horford defending. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.